Imagine a plant that most people consider a common weed. They uproot it, destroy it in their lawns, and don't even suspect that one of the most interesting medicinal plants known to man is growing underfoot. It's the dandelion. Today, we'll take a detailed look at how dandelion affects the liver and intestines, what inulin, taraxacin, bitters, and polyphenols are, and why this plant is attracting the attention of scientists around the world. Why is dandelion called the liver's friend? The liver is the body's main biochemical factory. It detoxifies toxins daily, participates in fat metabolism, synthesizes proteins, and produces bile. When the liver isn't functioning optimally, a person may experience heaviness after eating, bloating, decreased energy, digestive problems, deterioration of skin condition. Dandelion contains a whole complex of substances that help maintain an normal liver function. Taraxacin is considered the most important of these. What is taraxacin? Taraxacin is a bitter compound found in dandelion roots and leaves. When bitter substances hit the tongue's receptors, a reflexive reaction is triggered throughout the entire digestive tract. The body receives a signal. Food is coming in. Digestion needs to be activated. As a result, the following are increased: saliva secretion, gastric juice production, bile synthesis, pancreatic activity. The effect on bile secretion is especially important. Bile helps break down fats and remove waste products from the liver. If bile stagnates, the load on the liver increases and digestion is impaired. This is why dandelion has been traditionally used to support bile secretion for hundreds of years. How bile works. Many people underestimate the importance of bile. It is essential for fat digestion, absorption of vitamins of D, E, and K, removal of excess cholesterol, removal of certain toxins. Dandelion helps the liver produce and secrete bile more actively. This doesn't necessarily cure diseases, but it can promote normal digestive function in healthy people. Inulin, the secret weapon of dandelion root. The most interesting part of the plant is hidden underground. Dandelion root is rich in inulin. Inulin is a special type of soluble fiber. Human enzymes cannot digest it, but beneficial gut bacteria love it. In essence, inulin is food for the microbiome. What happens after inulin enters the intestines? When inulin reaches the large intestine, bacteria begin fermenting it. As a result, short-chain fatty acids are formed: butyrate, acetate, propionate. Butyrate is especially important. It is the main source of energy for intestinal cells. Butyrate helps maintain the integrity of the intestinal barrier, reduce inflammation, create a favorable environment for beneficial microflora. Therefore, dandelion root can be called a natural prebiotic. The microbiome and the liver are more closely linked than it seems. Scientists are increasingly talking about the gut-liver axis. All substances absorbed from the intestines pass through the liver. If the microbiome is disrupted, the amount of toxic metabolic products entering the bloodstream increases. The liver is forced to work harder. When beneficial bacteria receive sufficient prebiotics, such as inulin, the balance of microflora becomes more stable. This indirectly reduces the burden on the liver. Polyphenols and antioxidants. Dandelion contains luteolin, apigenin, chlorogenic acid, various flavonoids. These substances are classified as antioxidants. Free radicals are constantly produced in the body during metabolism. In excess, they can damage cells. Antioxidants help neutralize some of these processes. This is why plants rich in polyphenols are actively studied in modern science. Why are dandelion leaves considered beneficial? The leaves contain vitamin K, vitamin A, vitamin C, potassium, magnesium. The leaves contain so much potassium that the plant has traditionally been used as a mild natural diuretic. At the same time, potassium helps compensate for potassium loss. This is one of the unique features of dandelion compared to many other diuretic plants. Root or leaves, which is more effective? Leaves are more often used for salads, infusions, stimulating digestion. The root is usually valued more highly due to its content of inulin, taraxacin, concentrated bitters. This is why most research is devoted to dandelion root. Why did our ancestors harvest roots in the fall? In the fall, the plant begins to store nutrients. The amount of inulin in the root increases significantly. Therefore, traditional herbalists preferred to harvest roots during this period. In the spring, the plant directs its stored energy toward the growth of leaves and flowers. Because of this, the concentration of some substances decreases. What modern science says. Research shows that dandelion components can stimulate bile secretion, exhibit antioxidant activity, maintain a diverse intestinal microflora thanks to inulin, help regulate digestive processes. However, it's important to understand, dandelion is not a miracle cure and cannot replace treatment for liver or intestinal diseases. For serious illnesses, consult a doctor. Who should exercise caution? Dandelion may be undesirable in the following cases: allergies to plants of the Asteraceae family, gallstones, bile duct obstruction, certain stomach diseases in the acute stage. Therefore, even natural plants require a sensible approach. Conclusion: dandelion is much more than just a yellow flower on the lawn. Taraxacin helps stimulate digestion and bile secretion. Inulin nourishes beneficial intestinal bacteria and promotes butyrate formation. Antioxidants help protect cells from oxidative stress. And the connection between the intestines and the liver makes this plant a particularly interesting subject for further research.